Hello and welcome to the second video in the Road Darkens Saga expansion for Lord of the Rings. We're carrying on with our Hobbit group after we managed to best The Ring Goes South. Now we've got the very challenging Journey in the Dark. So this is the fifth part of the saga. Here's the setup. Amazing artwork as always. Shuffle the Burden Treachery cards pursued by the enemy in Shadow of Fear into the encounter deck and add the Burden Objective cards Grievous Wound and Overcome by Grief to the staging area. Well, well, said the wizard, the passage is blocked behind us now, and there is only one way out, on the other side of the mountain. You'll have to forgive my usual impeccable impressions of Lord of the Rings, because my throat is killing me. So I'd already shuffled those two burdens into the deck, so we'll have to just rely on those being a surprise. But the two burden objectives, which get to sit out here, we'll look at the much nicer one first. Right, Overcome by Grief. It's a burden. The keyword is despair, which is rather hilarious. You need to set up, you add it to the staging area, and after a character is destroyed, if Overcome by Grief is unattached, attach it to a hero. It counts as a condition attachment with the text forced. After a character you control is destroyed, exhaust attached hero. Until the end of the round, exhaust hero cannot ready. Could be, in a normal game, very unpleasant, but you pop that onto Frodo and it's not a problem because he's always quested anyway. Right then, now this one is much more serious. Grievous Wound, burden, wound type. Set up, add it to the staging area. After a hero takes damage, if Grievous Wound is unattached, attached to that hero, counts as a condition attachment with the text forced after the attached hero exhausts, deal 1 damage to it. Now that's massive because I've got loads of ways in my deck of refreshing heroes, but they will exhaust in the first place. So that makes, I mean, with the tiny amount of hit points that hobbits have anyway, I mean, basically taking damage is awful. The Miner of the Iron Hill cards are going to be absolutely massive. We've of course got Gandalf's delay, which has been with us for a long time. So stage 1A of Journey in the Dark, the Long Dark of Moria. Trapped inside the mines of Moria, the Company of the Ring must find their way through the many twisting passages to reach the eastern door, but with every step they take into the mines there is a growing sense of dread. Set the Balrog, the Great Bridge, and the Chamber of Mazarbul aside out of play. Add Doom to the staging area and place 10 damage tokens on it. Each player adds one different location to the staging area. So let's have a quick peek at some of those cards that are set out. So the Chamber of Mazarbul, full threat, full progress, immune to player card effects, cannot advance to the next stage. Travel, each player searches the encounter deck and discard power for a different enemy and adds it to the staging area. One of those enemies must be the Orc Chieftain. Sounds like fun. Great Bridge, 5 threat, 5 progress, immune to player card effects, response. When the Great Bridge is explored, discard a hero from play to deal X damage to the Balrog. X is that hero's threat cost. Then the Balrog loses all keywords for the remainder of the game. Any player may trigger this response. And of course, the Balrog himself. 50 threat, 50 engagement, 5 threat, 8 attack, 9 hit points, 25 health. Balrog, Shadow, Flame, indestructible, and he cannot be optionally engaged. The Balrog and Shadow cards dealt to the Balrog are immune to player card effects, while in the staging area the Balrog is considered to be engaged with the first player, and only the first player can declare attacks against the Balrog. So, how horrible. And he'll turn up after Doom runs out. Let's have a look at Doom. Silly sounding card, but there we go. Forced at the end of the quest phase, remove 1 damage token from Doom. Then if there are no damage tokens here, add the Balrog to the staging area. Forced at the end of the quest phase, the Balrog makes an attack if it is in play. So, there are 10 tokens on here. So that means that at most we have 10 rounds to get out of here. If the Balrog turns up, everything goes to bad things. So I've chosen of the 4 possible locations the lowest threat one, which is the Many-Pillared Hall. 1 threat, 6 progress required. Many-Pillared Hall gets +1 threat for every Many-Pillared Hall in play. So it's the soft, easy option, but if more Many-Pillared Halls come out, I'm absolutely boogard. And then the Long Dark of Moria, 14 progress required. There were not only many roads to choose from, there were also in many places holes and pitfalls and dark wells beside the path in which their passing feet echoed. Forced. After a player optionally engaged an enemy, remove 1 damage token from Doom Doom Doom. Oh, great! We can't optionally engage people. The thing that my deck loves to do. So, 5 starting cards. Mine in the Iron Hills is going to be Gold Dust. Anything questy is Gold Dust, because we need to go in this quest as fast as possible. So, Barleyman is a good card. Boromir, good card. Sting, good card. Gandalf, could be expensive, but Sneak Attack. So, it's not a perfect starting hand, but from Gandalf, Sneak Attack, I can get straight away 3 extra cards going. Sting, we can get onto Sam for a bit more quest. Boromir is a good future defender against some of the bigger enemies that we'll face. Barleyman is excellent, just an excellent card all round. So we will stick with that starting hand. It could be better, but it could be a heck of a lot worse. So, first round, obviously starting threat, 20. 1 resource for everyone, a card. Bill the Pony, yes. Who said we couldn't bring him into the mines? Aragorn, you're crazy. He's awesome. Okay, so, obviously we can play Bill the Pony for free. And then we could get Sting on the table. However, we would have to spend, obviously, neutral resources to do it. Frodo's mulligan ability is, better and better earlier in the game. So I think we actually leave Sting out here, because we're not really going to be looking to engage many players. We need the 1 resource on Sam for Gandalf to pop out during the quest phase. So we won't spend anything else. Not that we spent anything thus far, because good old Bill is free. So, in the quest phase, this is when we sneak attack Gandalf, which might be a bit presumptuous, but I need those cards. So 3 cards, Swift Strike, which is dealing 2 damage to an enemy, Galadriel, which is awesome, and Snowborn Scout, nice bit of chaff. Pretty good, and it means that we can look to use Pippin's cards for Pippin's resources for Sting. Okay then, so questing, Gandalf's going, Pippin's going, Merry's going, Sam's going, Frodo is going, and I'm tempted to send Bill because obviously I have Underhill, but I'll hold back Bill just in case. Just in case. So, 1 card. It's a many-pillared hallway. Well, that really sucks because now there are 2 threat locations in the staging area with 6 progress required. I could Frodo, but no. Let's leave it as it is. So, because there's no enemy and we can't engage enemies without taking tokens off Doom 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 anyway. So that's 4 threat in the area, so that's basically Gandalf. So that's 2, 4, 6, 10. 10 progress. Now the question becomes, do we go to one of the many-pillared hallways to try and get rid of it? You're looking at 2 threat it's contributing, and it's going to require 6 progress to stop. However, when you get rid of it, then it's obviously down to, you're essentially removing 3 progress. So after 2 turns of questing, it's already contributed its threat in terms of the progress you'll be required to finish it. So, let's go. This seems like a terrible risk, but we only need 4 more on the Mines of Moria anyway. Obviously, we won't have Gandalf next time, but yeah, awkward, difficult decisions are difficult. Right, so that's a token off Doom Doom Doom. If I manage to remember this every turn of the game, I'll be very impressed with my current mental state. It's 1 threat. Everyone comes back. And draw a card. It's resourceful, which is suddenly a heck of a lot worse. That would have been the Galadriel draw. Obviously, if we had a billion more resources. Right, Okay. So. Now we can afford Barleyman, which gives us a bit more insurance. We could afford Gandalf again, but I think that might be something to build for on a later turn. So let's play Barleyman, since it's my only law card anyway in my hand. I mean, Resourceful obviously pays for itself quite quickly. And the money we can make back on it is massive, especially when we're going to be playing a Gandalf. If we play it now for 4, in 4 turns it'll have earned itself back. Pardon me. The other option is to play Gandalf, lower our threat, and therefore reduce the cost of Resourceful, which might be a better play actually. So instead of Barleyman, let's play Gandalf. We're not going to draw cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower threat by 5. Take us down to 16. And then play Resourceful for 1 onto Sam. Oh, gosh. Pardon me. So this should hopefully give us, again, some more questing power. So, questing, again, if we send everyone except Bill, between Bill and Mr. Underhill, we should be fine. Right. Oh dear. The Darkened Stairway. 4 threat, 2 progress required. Forced after the Darkened Stairway is explored. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. If the discarded card is location, add it to the staging area. So that's 2, 4, 8. So that's essentially Sam and Gandalf taken out. So the progress is 6, which finishes the many-pillared hallway. Doesn't put any more progress on the quest, but obviously that's that done. Then we'll travel to the Darkened Stairway. A token of Doom. Well, that's a lot of threat we've removed from the area. So Gandalf is discarded. Frodo's back. Well, they're all back, aren't they? And threat up by 1. At the moment, Bill's just sitting there chewing on some carrots. Draw a card. Feint. Oh, brilliant. I mean, we've got a lot of tactics cards going on now, but worst things have happened at sea. So 2 resources for Sam. 1 Merry, 1 Pippin, and 1 Frodo Baggins. So I can't afford anything as such right now. I mean, I could afford the Snowborn Scout, and I'm actually going to, because then we have a bit more chaff. We'll have enough resources to play Galadriel next turn anyway. Put a progress onto Darkened Stairway, and that means it's just that little bit easier to beat. The only other thing we could afford to play is Sting, but I'd rather use Frodo's resources possibly for that. And I don't think the +1 on all the stats is worth the resource disruption right now. So questing Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, and let's send Bill as well. Right then, it's an Uruk from Mordor. 34 engagement, 2 threat, 4 attack, 2 defense, 5 hit points. When revealed, the Uruk from Mordor makes an attack against the first player. Well, that's you, Snowborn Scout. Shadow. Assign X damage among characters you control. X is the number of enemies engaged with you. I have no enemies engaged with me. So, he's just making an attack. So that kills the Snowborn Scout. Overcome by grief. Yes, remembered, not an idiot. Putting it onto Frodo, because he's always going to quest. So he'll always be exhausted anyway, and I'm not going to look to re-ready him. And that's fine. So then that's 3 threat there. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's Bill and Pippin. So that's 2, 4, 8. 8 progress. 1 goes on to there. So we've got to discard the top card of the encounter deck, and if it's a location, add it. It's not a location. It's another enemy. Good one to get rid of then. And then the rest of the progress is more than enough to finish off the quest. So we're on to stage 2. I apologise about these sniffs and how potentially disgusting that might be. Drums in the deep. Oh, look at that awesome pose there. I mean, is that Boromir? That's so badass. He doesn't do anything like that in the film. Then there came an echoing blast. A great horn was blown in the hall, and the answering horns and harsh cries were heard further off. There was a hurrying sound of many feet. When revealed, add the chamber at Mazarabul to the staging area. I am butchering that pronunciation. Oh, look at the little sting. 9 progress required. If there are no enemies in the staging area at the beginning of the quest stage, the first player reveals an additional encounter card during the staging step. The players cannot advance until there are X resource tokens on this stage. X is the number of players times 3, so 3 tokens. Force after enemy is defeated, place 1 resource token on the stage. And no longer do we increase the Doom 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 track by engaging enemies. So that's fantastic, because that means we can clear out this Uruk. So the Chamber of Mazarabul, we've seen it before, Thor threat, Thor progress, underground immune to player card effects. Can advance to the next stage. When we travel here, we search the deck for the Orc chieftain, basically. But we don't have to fight him this round. But if we engage him, that's going to be naff. So what are we looking at with this Orc chieftain? Now you might say that this is somewhat cheaty to have a look at his stats, and I wouldn't disagree with you. But I'm not well, so he's 4 threat, so we don't just want to blindly... I am shuffling the deck, of course, but we don't want to just blindly have him sitting in the area, although he is 4 threat, 4 threat, really, isn't he? Because the chamber is 4, so we should go to the chamber right away to get it done. Yeah, so we are going. So therefore, yeah, decisions, good ones, excellent. So, because one of the enemies has to be the Orc chieftain, we've only got to add 1 anyway. So, let's get him in there. Get over here. Super. Oh, that was the travel phase. I'm not going to forget Doom Doom Doom. I mean, I'd like to, but... Now, if we optionally engage that Uruk, then he is 2 defense, which means Sam's 2 attack will not be sufficient to hurt him. We'd get to draw a card from Pippin, and we would either have to put the attack on Sam, terrible plan, feint him, not a terrible plan, although it is, of course, chewing through our tactics resources. If we leave them in the area, that's 2 threat. If we leave them in the staging area, it's 2 threat, but if we engage him right away, we're either looking at burning Underhill, or we're looking at burning Feint, and we're not really hitting him back for anything. I mean, really, we should have Sting on Sam before we think about attacking enemies. Sam readying doesn't help us this round because he can't hurt the Uruk. The card draw from Pippin is, of course, nice, but I don't think it's worth the 2 threat. It's a shame because there is so much threat building up in that area, but we can afford Gladriel next turn, so she's going to boost us. So, no engagement. Oh dear. Threat up by 1. Draw a card. Protector of Lorien. Now that could change the game a fair bit if I could just see a Frodo's Intuition to get my card draw going. Because then we'd have the cards to burn to make that a really efficient choice. Right, Gladriel. Get over here, honey. So top 5 cards, we get an attachment for free, take no notice. Frodo's Intuition, obviously we can't take it, but we choose the order these cards go back. Defender of Ramas, another Build a Pony, and Dagger of Westerness. So, I mean, the Dagger of Westerness is hardly the greatest attachment in the world, but it's free. So, I mean, really it's got to go on to Merry Christmas. It's got to go on to Merry, really, because now he's 6 attack. He can almost one-shot that Uruk. We choose the order these go back, so let's put Frodo's on the top. Bill's probably going to die. We're saving resources for the Defenders of Ramas for Boromir anyway, but the Defender of Ramas could take a hit from those Uruks. To be honest, the order is a little bit moot because Frodo's Intuition is going to mean we draw these cards anyway. But the Defender is going to be really key because he, with that full defense, he can actually take these hits. So that's good. Good work, Galadriel. What a surprise, you're helpful. Now, this means we've got Frodo's Intuition coming, so we want to make sure that Frodo has 3 resources, ideally, so that he can spend that and he'll be able to have the resource for the mulligan if he needs to. So to play Sting, we would need to only spend 1 of his resources, and then we'd have to spend 1 of Pippin's, which means we can't put Barleyman on the table. It really depends if we want to engage this turn or if we're looking to engage next turn. I mean, really, we want to engage when we've got those defenders because that will make a real difference. So perhaps playing Sting this turn is the move because it's as much additional willpower as Barleyman's going to give, but it will give Sam a lasting increase. So let's do that. So Sting onto Sam, 1 from Frodo and 1 from Pippin. Between Sting actually and Swift Strike, I mean, you really could do a lot of damage. I mean, I could play the Protector of Lorien, but if I play that now, then I'm going to be discarding cards, and I don't have any cards I want to discard. So, admittedly, discarding cards could be a lot better than dying or taking that grievous wound. So perhaps I should think about playing the Protector of Lorien and delaying Barleyman for another turn. Yeah, let's put the Protector of Lorien on Sam, because then it means that Sam, he could defend against one of those 4 attacks with his increased defense from Sting, and we could easily make sure he doesn't take damage, so he doesn't take a grievous wound. Right. Now, there's a bit more threat in the area, but Galadriel's here, so that's okay. So, Galadriel, Pippin, of course. Now, the question is, are we looking to attack and kill this turn? We could kill the Uruk through a combination of Sting and Merry, or Counter Strike and Merry. Well, obviously Frodo's going. Or we could feint anyway, and then we would have enough attack to kill him between the 2 hobbits, which I think we've got to be looking to kill something this turn. If we attack that, if we attack that Orc chieftain, then we're looking at 9 damage. Sam is currently will be at 3 when he's engaged. Merry's at 6 with the Dagger of Westerners, so that would be 9, and that would kill the Orc chieftain. So perhaps we should aim for the Orc chieftain this turn. That would also give us some card draw, which would be nice, thanks to Pippin. Allies can't defend anyway, so Bill the Pony couldn't defend, but we need Bill in place in case we draw an Uruk who does an immediate attack. So Merry shouldn't quest here. Which does mean I shouldn't have played the Protector of Lorien, but a Moriar Orc. How pleasantly generic. So 38 engagement, 2 threats, 3 attack, 1 defense, 3 hit points. When revealed, either remove 1 damage from Doom 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 or reveal an additional encounter card. Now, removing the additional counters from Doom 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 strikes me as a terrible bloody idea. Revealing another card, also bad. What are we looking at the moment? 3, 7, 9. 3, 5, 9, 11. So we're not looking at making any progress this round, but at the moment we're making 2 progress is what I mean, but another card could obviously sway that, but we are looking to kill, I think another card. Let's just risk it. We cannot get out. Each player assigns X damage amongst characters he controls. X is the number of the exhausted characters he controls. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, not the end of the world. Galadriel can take 2 wounds. Oh no, it is the end of the world. Oh, it's the end of the world as we know it. Rubbish. And let's kill Bill the Pony, because we're about to draw another Bill the Pony anyway. Whew. Okay. So that was 2, 6, 8, 9 threat. 2, 6, 8, 11. So that's 2 progress. Now we could burn 2 cards to finish off the chamber, but is there really any benefit to that? All the cards in my hand are good, so I don't think that's the call. No, I do not. Right. So, no travel. Engage. Voluntarily engage the Orc Chieftain. Remove the Doom Doom. So let's draw a card from Pippin. Frodo's Intuition. I was almost excited before I realised I'm supposed to have remembered that was there. Then allies cannot defend against him. So I think we underhill this turn rather than feint, because it's basically the same, but underhill's free. Hey, don't attack us, Orc Chieftain. I'm not Frodo Baggins. I'm Mr. Underhill. Oh, well, we have a standing agreement with Mr. Underhill in Moria. My mistake. No offence caused. We might as well deal him a shadow card, sorry. And then Sam and Merry combine for 9 damage, which kills the Orc Chieftain, which puts a resource token onto the quest, which is good, and reduces the threat in the area. Galadriel leaves. I don't know where she goes. Probably rides the hacked to pieces Bill. End of the round. Everyone readies. Throw it up by 1. Draw a card. Defender of Ramas. Doesn't come as a surprise. Galadriel is just such a good card. Right then. So before we do anything else, we're desperately low on allies. So Frodo's Intuition. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we knew we were getting Bill the Pony. We knew we were getting Take No Notice, which, to be honest, is probably going to be used as Protector of Lorien fodder. And then we've also got Guard of the Citadel, which is good because Sam is Mr. Resource. And the Mire of the Iron Hills, which means if one of the hobbits takes a wound now, they're not just dead. So Frodo's Intuition will keep there to remind us about the increased willpower. Thank you. Build a pony for free. We definitely need to save the resources on Pippin. Not that we have anything we could spend it on anyway, because everything's too expensive. Defender of Ramas, because now we finally got a big defender. We were close to Boromir, but I think the defenders here are the better purchase. And then, do we go Sam with the Guard of the Citadel? I think so, yeah. Sam's got resources generating, so let's spend them. Right, okay. Not too bad. Now, we need to kill both of those enemies. One is a 3 attack jobby, the other is a 4 attack. So really, the 3 attack stands almost no chance of killing the defender. The 4, it's down to if you get a shadow card boost. We've got to do 7 to kill the Uruk, and we've got to do 4 to kill the Moriar Orc. Merry can obviously ready somebody else. Sam gets to 3 attack, which is not enough to one-hit the Moriar Orc. Merry has not got enough to one-hit the... Oh, here we go. So Merry attacks the Uruk from Mordor with the assistance of either the guard or Bill. It's not going to be you, defender, because you've only got 1 attack. Because you've got 4 defense, so you're important for defense. So Merry attacks one of them with the assistance of the other 2. Kills them, readies whoever helped him, and then Sam... Oh no, we can't engage both of them this turn anyway. So we shouldn't be planning in this regard. Can we kill either of them without Merry? We can, because the Moriar Orc is only 4 defense. Sam's got 3 attack when he readies after we engage it, and then we just need one of the other chaps to help with the chopping. So, Merry can quest, which is important, because we need progress. And we'll kill the Moriar Orc because he's just as threatening as the Uruk. So, yeah. So the defender can take the hit. So we've got our person being hit. The guard is going to... Bill is going to provide the extra attack necessary to kill it. So, Pippin can quest, Merry can quest, Sam can quest, Frodo can quest, and I'm actually going to keep the... guard back, even though it could be 1 extra progress, just in case, because this deck's got some horrible surprises that can come out, and we've got Frodo's intuition for a boost. Oh yay, a burden! Doomed 1, Surge, Shadow of Fear. When revealed, treat the printed text box of every character in play as blank, except for traits until the end of the round. And the shadow text on it is also terrible. Now, we do obviously have Frodo's resource. The deck is very large. This is Surge, so it's going to bring out another card anyway. It's going to mean that Sam can't ready if we voluntarily engage something, which means we won't have enough power to kill something. We're not going to get a card when we engage something. I mean, this is all terrible. So, exhaust the ring, spend the resource. I don't really mind the doomed, of course. That doesn't really... Although that is funny to say when doom, that's too many dooms, is on the table. So, betting at home, the law of sod of me drawing exactly the same card. Should be said that Guard of the Citadel and the Defender of Ramas did not mind having their text boxes blank, since all they have is a quote, and even Bill the Pony's text box isn't super important once he's in play. The extra wound is nice, but we're hardly banking on it. Oh, I wonder if I can ring that, because his text box would have been blank. Oh dear. Let's look up the card. When revealed, treat the printed text box of each character in play as blank, except for traits. So really, Frodo's box is blank, so Frodo can't do that. Oh, damnation. So, okay, so that means Doom and Surge, and they're all blank. Oh, God, they have a cave troll. So that's 36 engage, 3 threat, 6 attack, 4 defense, 6 hit points, can't have attachment, eats excess damage point, removes a progress from the current quest. Well, that is absolutely rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Damn, that's really bad. Okay, so the enemies have got 3, 5... Oh, of course I could ring that. No, 3, 5, 7, 8. 8's there. We've got 2, 4, 6. Oh, good Lord. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 against 8 is 7 progress. That's 2 onto there. And then 5 onto there. We can't progress anyway until we've killed some more enemies. I mean, really, we have to engage something just to reduce the threat, even though we can't kill it this round. So let's take the Moriar Orc. Oh, but we don't even get to draw a blinking card. Oh, this is terrible. Let's engage the Morior Orc. Defender of Ramas defending. Oh, well, that's a good one to get rid of. Sorry, you were in blur there. The Cave Troll was the shadow card. There's no text, which means the Defender of Ramas is fine. Guard of the Citadel and Build a Pony. Join forces to manage to put 1 wound onto it, which is good because it means we can one-hit kill it more easily. Right, end of the round. Thread up by 1. Everyone readies. Right. Although, on the plus side now, we have actually got someone engaged with us, which means now Merry's ability to ready and multi-murder somebody else is very, very helpful. So, let's gain a card. Gandalf. Nay, too bad, pal. 2 onto Sam. 1, 1, and 1. Now we've got now getting Gandalf on the table is always nice. I'd be tempted to use his card draw ability, to be honest. So we could use one of Frodo's. We've got nothing for Sam to play, so we could use 2 with Sam's. 1 of Pippin's and 1 of Merry's. And let's get the G-Man going. I mean, he could take the hit from the Uruk from Mordor, no problem. And that leaves the defender to be hit by the Morior Goblin. So let's get the G-Man going. So that's 1, 1, 3, draw 5. 5 resources, draw 3 cards. Another Take No Notice. A Steward of Gondor. And a Fast Hitch. Oh, we could get Fast Hitch going right away on Merry, so we can always quest. Poor old Barleyman's never getting played at this rate. And I think Steward is going to go on to Merry. So Fast Hitch onto Merry. And we've still got the 1 resource for Fate if we need it. Okay, so questing. Frodo's obviously going. Sam is going. I have a sneaky suspicion that I didn't remove the token from Doom, Doom, Doom. Right. Merry is going, exhausting Fast Hitch. Pippin's going. Right, so now, for the purpose of murder, we engage the Uruk. I mean, we could engage the Cave Troll, but he's such a monster to kill. Merry's looking at 6 attack, and Sam will be up to 3, which is 9, which is 1 off killing him. 9, which means, you throw in a Build a Pony and you've got him dead. So that's Morior Orc defending against... Defender Ramos defending against Morior Orc. Gandalf defends against the Cave Troll. You kill the Cave Troll with Merry and Sam, and Sam build together. Merry ready Sam. Sam's 3 attack is enough to 1-hit kill the Morior Orc. I vote yes on this plan. So we need to keep these chaps back as backup in case the plan goes south. The Ancient Guard Room. While it's the active location, each enemy gets -1 attack. Travel. Discard the top card of the encounter deck to travel here. Each player raises his threat by X, where X is the card's printed threat. It's nay too bad, to be honest. So that's 1, 3, 6, 9. That's 2, 4, 9, 11. So that's 2 progress. Now, we could discard 2 cards to get us up to 9 progress, which means once we get the resources on there, we would be done. So I'm going to discard both of my Take No Notices to get us to 9. We still need 2 resource tokens on there. Travel. There's no reason we can't travel. So let's go to the Ancient Guard Room. Discard the top card. Thread up by 2. But to be honest, getting rid of the Mines of Moria is really good because you have to put progress on there before you put it on the quest. Engagement, engage the Great Cave Troll, which readies Sam, which draws a card from Pippin. Unseen Strike, awesome card. Defending, Moriar Orc on the Defender of Ramas. No, nothing, and that's a good one to get rid of again. It's only 2 attacks, so it doesn't really do anything. Cave Troll on Gandalf. +1 attack, +2 if the threat is 35 or higher. Nope. +1 mitigates the -1 from Guard Room, that's 6. Onto 4 defense, that's 2 wounds that go over, which means no excess wounds, which means no progress is removed. Sam, Merry, and Bill the Pony and the Guard of the Citadel combine for 11 attack on the Great Cave Troll, killing it, putting a resource token on the quest. Sam gets to ready as a result of Merry taking part in a thing that murders somebody. He attacks the Moriar Orc by himself. He's got 3 attack thanks to Sting and being engaged, which is exactly enough to kill the Moriar Orc, which puts another resource token on the quest, which finishes the current quest. Woo! Man. Good work, team. Right then. Stage 3. The Bridge of Khazad-dûm. The outer door could only be reached by a slender bridge of stone without curve or rail that spanned the chasm with one curving spring of 50 feet. When revealed, add the Great Bridge to the staging area. Each player then reveals 1 encounter card and removes 1 damage token from Doom Doom Doom. 15 threat. Now for the last race, said Gandalf. If the sun is shining outside, we may still escape. After me! No more than 5 progress tokens can be placed on this stage each round. The players cannot defeat this stage while the Great Bridge is in play. If the players defeat this stage, they win the game. So, Ancient Garda-Majig goes back on there. The Great Bridge goes back into the staging area. 5 and 5. How unpleasant. And remove a token from Doom 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 and reveal... Oh no. And is it now? Was it... Yes, we need to reveal an encounter card as well. And it's... Oh, it's a treachery. Hooray! They are coming! How appropriate. Doomed 2. When revealed, shuffle the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck and discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until X enemies are discarded. X is the number of players in game. Add each enemy discarded this way to the staging area. So, Doom 2. Shuffle the discard pile back into the encounter deck. Discard cards until an enemy is revealed, because there's only 1 player. So that Orc Chieftain could come back. We just bypassed those 2 Cave Trolls. They could come back. Oh, I thought I was playing Pandemic for a second there. I was shuffling the discard pile and putting it on top. Okay. So, no more than 5 progress can be placed there each round, which means we want 5 progress on there each round. We've got 3 to get through on the Guard Room. So we're going to look for 8 progress on the next round. However, there is 8 threat in the staging area. And I don't recall having any big questy power cards in my hand. However, of course, we have got Fast Hitch on Merry now, so that does mean that Merry can quest as well. So that's 2 more points than we might otherwise be getting. Right then. Oh, good. That puts that treachery back into the deck as well. I'm really pleased. Oh, there we go. And it's discarded and then added, so it hasn't been revealed, which means it doesn't make an immediate attack. Right. So that's the end of the round. Gandalf leaves. Gandalf! I don't blame him running away. He's seen the bridge, he knows what's coming. You know what they awoke in the dark. Right. Everyone ready. Thread up by 1. Draw a card. Ooh, the Athelian Tracker. Exhaust the Athelian Tracker to lower the threat of the next enemy added to the staging area by 0 until the end of the phase. This was a real wild card choice of mine. I wouldn't normally put the Athelian Tracker into a deck, but obviously in 1 player, you know, you could completely mitigate the next card that comes out, which is massive. So there we go. That was one of my a bit of off-the-wall choices there. Because I thought if I had him and Henmath Rithersong and I saw an enemy coming, I could completely mitigate that enemy's threat to return, which is pretty cool. So Steward of Gondor, Sam has no cards left to play. We have several lore cards, and of course we have Boromir. I actually think Steward of Gondor needs to go on to Pippin, which puts Pippin onto 3 resources, which means we can play a card right away this turn. I'm tempted to say the Athelian Tracker because there are some really horrible enemies in there, but if I choose Barleyman, it means we've got more cover defensively, which is good, and a bit more quest as well. The Athelian Tracker, in his own way, the Athelian Tracker could give us quest because by mitigating the enemy's threat, that is a form of contributing willpower to the quest. Barleyman's a safe one, whereas the Athenian Tracker could mitigate 2 from an Uruk, it could mitigate 3 from a Cave Troll, or it could mitigate nothing. So I think we're in a good place defensively, so let's take the risk with the Athenian Tracker. Everything else is as is. As is, more light. So, questing, let's exhaust the Athelian Tracker to lower the threat of whatever comes out the thing next. Frodo, Sam, Merry with Fast Hitch exhausted, Pippin. Right, and now let's get Bill questing as well. Oh, it's not an enemy. Oh, it's the Mines of Moria. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Let's see what this does numerically before we decide if we're going to Frodo it. 2, 4, 9, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 5 is 10, 12. Ah, which means a net nothing. Now, I could discard 3 cards to boost Protector of Lorien 3 points. Which would at least finish the guard room and let us go to the Great Bridge. Does it? Most on the current quest. That's fine. It's the active location. Oh, god damn. I think we're going to have to do this. But which 3 cards? I mean, Unseen Strike is brilliant. Feint is not getting discarded. That is a fact. Maybe Unseen Strike, Boromir, and Swift Strike. Oh, is this going to be a massive error? No, it's not. Right. Discard these 3 cards, which finishes off the Ancient Guard Room, and travel to the Great Bridge. Right. 1 token off Doom, Doom, Doom. We're going to be cutting this close. Let's engage at least one of these blooming enemies. Right, so engage the Uruk. Ready Sam. Draws us a card. Unseen Strike. The Uruk can attack the Defender of Ramas. He gets +1 attack, which means he's killed the Defender of Ramas, which is sad. Merry, Sam, and the Guard of the Citadel murder him, no problem though. Okay, maybe we should have risked the Grievous Wound. Probably should have done that. Probably should have risked a few wounds on Sam. And then played the Miner of the Iron Hills to mitigate that. Oh well. Live and learn. At least we've massively reduced the threat in the staging area, so that's something. Threat up by 1. 2 for Sam. 1 for Merry. 3 for Pippin. 1 for Frodo. Draw a card. Another Unseen Strike. Although it is all Protector of Lorien fodder, I suppose. Right then, Barleyman Butterbur for a bit more defence. I'm not going to play the Miner of the Iron Hills now. I feel like I'm really going to regret discarding those cards. Right. Okay then. Athelian Tracker, Exhaust, Barleyman's Questing, Guard of the Citadel's questing. Bill's questing. Pippin's questing. Merry's questing. Sam's questing. And Frodo's questing. Oh, of course, the second we get an Athelian tracker, we'll never see another blinking enemy again. 2, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means it's Sam's 5 progress. So that gets rid of the Great Bridge. We're not obviously not discarding a card to whatever. That's a token off there, which means we're not going to get this finished before the Balrog turns up. So we've got to put tokens on the Mines of Moria anyway, before we can put progress on the active location. So let's go to the Mines of Moria. Deary me. Right then, let's engage the Uruk from Mordor. Draw a card. Frodo's Intuition. Freaking awesome. That is what we needed. Now, Sam's defense is currently on 3. And we can boost it with the Protector of Lorien. Oh, but you know what? We've got... No, we need to save... Oh no, Feint can't work on Balrogs anyway. So we may as well Feint the Uruk. And then we hit him back and we murder him. Right. Okay, throw it up by 1. Everyone readies. Resources, 1 for Frodo, 2 for Sam, 1 for Merry, and 3 for Pippin. Draw a card, sneak attack. Right, straight away, Frodo's Intuition. We've got Snowborn Scout, a Snowborn Scout, a Dagger of Westerness, and Frodo's Intuition. Right, I'm Frodo's Intuitioning again. I know I would normally keep a resource on him, but Steward of Gondor, so that's Protector of Lorien fodder. Feint. Henmath. And the Guard of the Citadel. Right, we've got a ton of cards, and they're all dirt cheap. So, first things blooming first. Get Henmath in play. He'll help mitigate, he'll help us know whether or not we need to use the Athelian tracker or not. So him for 1. Him for 1. There is no one good to sneak attack in. So let's get Sam with another Guard of the Citadel. It's like we're massing an army to fight the Balrog. Let's get it started in here. Let's get Sam with 1 Snowborn Scout. Let's pop a progress onto the Mines of Moria. Although I feel like we could actually potentially make an absolute ton of progress this turn. Right, exhaust Henmath. Let's have a look at the top card of the encounter deck. It's a treachery. It's a peril. When revealed, remove a character you control from the quest and discard the top card of the encounter deck. If the character's printed willpower is less than the discarded card's threat, discard that character. Right, so we need to send a patsy on this quest. We don't need to exhaust the Athelian tracker. So let's send. So we'll send the Snowborn Scout, which means we're going to make absolutely tons of progress. So put the Snowborn Scout's progress onto the Ancient Guard Room because we won't need it on the Mines of Moria. So questing Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Snowborn Scout, Barleyman. There's no enemies to fight, so Guard of the Citadel, Guard of the Citadel. I mean, you know, why not? Right, reveal it at peril, remove the card. We remove the Snowborn Scout. Ha! He's actually not discarded. He actually survives. That's amazing. We've got absolutely tons of progress against 4 there. That's more than enough to put 4 on the Mines of Moria and the maximum 5 onto that quest there. We remove the damage from there. Let's go to the Ancient Guard Room, and we've got to raise our threat by 1. We just dodged another many-pillared hall. Frodo's intuitions go away. Everyone readies. Draw a card. It's resourceful. Resource for Frodo. 2 for Sam. 1 for Merry. And 3 for Pippin. Right. I have almost nothing left to play, so let's put resourceful onto Frodo. Because then it'll mean we can play the final Frodo's intuition more easily. Can we put a Dagger of Westerness onto Sam? Yes, we can afford it. So a Dagger of Westerness onto Sam. And I still won't play the Miner of the Iron Hills, so and there's no point playing a Snowborn Scout. Henmath, what's coming? Another Deep Fisher. Oh, did I actually discard that? I did. There's tons of Deep Fishers around here. So, Snowborn Scout goes, tons of Hobbits and characters go, but we'll leave all the rest back at home. We need 2 to get through the guard room, 5 onto there, we need 7 progress. So that's going to be 2 for 9, 11, -1. Yeah, that's more than enough. Reveal this. Discard. Remove the Snowborn Scout from the quest. The Mines of Moria have got a higher cost. The Snowborn Scout is removed. The guard room is finished. 5 progress goes on to our final location. And then the last wound is removed from here, which means we add the Balrog to the staging area. Now, does the forced... I wonder if both of those forced happens. Cannot be optionally engaged. Is considered to be engaged with the first player, and only the first player can declare attacks against the Balrog. I think the Balrog makes an immediate attack here. So he can chop up a Guard of the Citadel. Yep, turns the Guard of the Citadel into mush. I can't hurt him, and I can't optionally engage him. So I think he makes another attack. I'm really not sure on this. I don't think it's going to matter too much, though. Guard of the Citadel. Cool, the other one's dead. Right, end of the round. Draw a card. It's Barley and Butterbeer. Up to 30 threat. And another ton of resources. Henmath, what's coming? It's a treachery. We will assign X damage where X is the number of the exhausted characters we control. We've got plenty of wounds that we can throw around there. Right, now's the time. So let's play another Snowborn Scout. Puts a progress onto the many-pillared hall. Let's get the Miner of the Iron Hills in here now. May as well discard Overcome by Grief. And that's all we can play this round. So questing. Frodo, Sam, Merry, Sam, Pippin even, Bill, and Barleyman. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage we've got to assign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. There's the 6 damage we need to assign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 threat in the staging area. Sam is 5. With Bill, he's 6. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7 progress. Finishes the bridge of Khazad-dûm. But now I have done this quest before, so I know the horrible text on the campaign. Resolution: the first player must choose one of the Burden Treachery cards, Pursued by the Enemy or Shadow of Fear, and one of the Burden Objective cards, Grievous Wound or Overcome by Grief, to add to the campaign pool. If the Balrog is still in play, the first player must choose all 4 of the Burden cards instead. The chosen burdens have been earned by the players. Out of curiosity, yeah, I can't kill the Balrog, so there's no way around that. Which means Grievous Wound and Overcome by Grief, and both of the burden cards that are in there have been achieved. That's a shame, because Grievous Wound just makes everything harder. We've got to really rely on those Miner of the Iron Hills. In fact, we might even look to be putting in an Elrond or two, because he can discard conditions. Still, beat the quest. Shame for the future. You obviously saw Pursued by Shadow or something, but we didn't see Pursued by the Enemy. It's Doomed 1. Surge, when revealed, each enemy engaged with the player and not in the staging area makes an immediate attack. Bloody horrible. But there we go. Quest done, which I'm pretty pleased with my current mental state. See you next time.